Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Erin and this is Bare Budgets 96. We are going to be stuffing my full-time paycheck as a 29-year-old zero-based budgeter and stuffer. This will be my weekly paycheck. This will also be the majority of my sinking funds and a couple of savings challenges. It won't be anywhere near as much money going to savings challenges as when I did my Harry Potter binder. Unfortunately, I am a very low income budgeter, and so the bulk of my money has to go towards just living. So here we should have $669. Let's count it to make sure. So we have 100, 200, 250, 300, 320, 40, 50. Wow, hold please. So that was 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 420, 40, 60, 80, 500. Yeah, I forgot I had so many tens. So 510, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 590. 595, 600, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 645, 647, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, and $69. 669, so that is all here. Like I said, we are going to be stuffing my bills, my wallet, and my weekly spending. Let me just find my bills binder. Okay, sorry, I'm back. This is my bills binder. This is from, just trying to make sure there's no glare. This is from Janelle over at Janelle Ray Budgets. I eventually would like to plan for a Disney trip, but we're not there yet. So right now, this is just housing my bills. Rent gets $275 every week. I do budget weekly. Even though I'm paid bi-weekly, your girl is a chronic overspender, so if I limit the amount of money that I get access to every week, it works out better for me. So $275 goes in every single week to rent. So in here we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 750, 770, wait, hold on, I counted wrong. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 750, 800, 820, and 825 in my rent envelope. Utilities gets $25 every week, and this is just for my electric bill. All the rest of my utilities are included in my rent. So this one now has 50, 75. I do usually budget about 100 a month. It's more expensive some months, less expensive others, but 100 a month is usually pretty good for me. Car insurance, same thing. It gets $25 every single week for 100 a month. Now I don't pay that much in car insurance, but whatever overage I have goes towards my car sinking fund. So this one also has 50, 75. Audible is currently fully funded, and it has 100, 250. I do pay for this yearly, and this is the more expensive of the yearly memberships. It's just what works best for me. Audible books or audiobooks are my guilty pleasure. YouTube, I believe, is also fully funded. Yes, it is. So YouTube Prime is the main entertainment subscription I do besides Audible. I also pay for that yearly, and that is due in November, and I think Audible is due at the beginning of December. Student loans gets 40. So this one now has 20, 40, 60, $80 in it. I did skip a week for student loans. It does always get 40 every single week. New phone, I am slowly putting money into a new phone category, so it gets $5 every single week. And this says new phone, but really it could be new electronics. If my computer dies, my iPad dies, whatever. So in here right now we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 420, 430, 435, 37, 39. I'm sorry, 438, I can count. I put $5 in here every week, but I do keep this in a high yield savings account. So that $8 is from interest. Planet Fitness is fully funded with 101. Again, same thing. I only contributed 100, the $1 interest. YouTube memberships. This is actually just my subscriptions folder envelope, and it gets $8 every week. So in here currently we have 25, 27, 29, 31, and $32. So this goes towards, like I said, YouTube memberships, but also I used to have Hulu that used to come out of here. I'm a member of a Patreon that comes out of here, that kind of stuff. Discover we don't fund for paycheck. I pull from my other categories to pay it off. I have no credit card debt. I do use my credit card. I just pay it off every month. City, same thing. And then Buffer is going, Buffer is going to get $11 today. And that is the money that would have gone into YouTube and Audible. Since they're fully funded, I want to keep budgeting for those funds. I don't want to have to recarve them back out of my budget, but also they don't need them at the moment, so I'm just reallocating it elsewhere. So Buffer currently has 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 920, 30, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 49. I don't even remember what I just said, but whatever I said, it's what it is. Something 49. And that is it for my bills. You guys, you don't even want to see what is next to me. Next, I have up my weekly spending binders, and I didn't fill out my trackers, so you will fill them out with me. Some of this is not reconciled. I have spent some of this money. I just haven't gone through and done that yet. So today, this is the paycheck for 9/17. We are adding $50 in cash, so 186, 206, 236, I believe. Yeah, $236. So this one now has 100, 150, 220, 35, 36. Yay, I can math correctly. And I know I owe some of this money to a credit card. I just haven't taken it out yet. Gasoline gets $20 every single week. And same thing, I know I've filled up my tank for, I think, like $46. So I know some of this money has to come out of here. I just haven't done it yet. So I don't normally allow this to go over 100. But because I know I spent money, I'm going to go ahead and put the $20 in there anyway. Okay, so this one now has 50, 70, 90, 110, and 120. Eating out is getting $10. So this one should now be at 40. So it is 20, 30, 40. Spending is currently fully funded at 50, as is home and miscellaneous. Now I do budget $10 every single week for them, but I do cap them at $50. So that extra $30 from those three categories will go into my savings challenges, which we are very excited for. Now my car sinking fund gets $5 every single week. I know it's not a lot, but it does add up. I also have savings challenges going for my car. And like I said, things like car insurance rollover. So we have a decent amount in car. We should have $958 total in car. So this envelope and these tabs are over from Kristen at what's her channel name? Intentional Living. Most of these envelopes were made by myself. This one and these tabs came from Kristen. So in the repairs envelope, I have $500. In my registration envelope, I do have $100. That's not due until June of next year. Deductible has $100. My deductible, I don't actually have a deductible. I have liability only insurance. I would eventually like to save up for when I purchase a new car, and I do have full coverage on it. But for right now, that's just not my priority, so it stopped at $100. Oil changes also has $100. Maintenance is what we're working on right now, and that's where our $5 is going in. So this one now has 100, 20, 30, 45, 55, 57, 58. So altogether, this whole envelope equals $958. And as we all know, cars are expensive. I hate my car, but I've been very lucky that it's been relatively cheap so far. So we're going there. Also, I have no car payment, so small mercies. Pets. Bentley gets $15 every single week. And she just cost me a mini fortune at the vet. She just had her annual vet visit, and I cannot math that. $14.92 plus 15. So we should have $15.07. So she just cost me almost $400 for her yearly vet thing, and she needs a dental cleaning. So this money is definitely needed. So food has $40. Miscellaneous, this is her grooming. Also, I forgot I just took her to go get groomed. Not groomed exactly, but like she has black nails, which are very hard for me to cut. The last couple times I've cut them, I've accidentally cut her quicks. So I now take her to go get them professionally trimmed because that poor baby, I feel so bad. So I need to break that 100. And the 15 is going in vet, which just had a whole bunch of money taken, or will have a whole bunch of money taken from it. So it has 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 950, 1000, 20, 40, 55, 65, 66, and 67. So 1067. And then her emergency fund has $300 in it. Once I've finished paying for her vet visit and her dental cleaning, which is not yet scheduled, I would like that to be up at like probably 1,000, and then we'll start hardcore focusing on her emergency fund. Gifts is fully funded at $200, so we're skipping that. Holidays is getting $10 cash plus 10. So it will have 210. And again, this envelope and these dividers are from Kristen over at Intentional Living. So we are working on New Year's Eve, it looks like. And this one will have, that's not how I usually keep my money. So 20, 30, 40, $50. The goal is 60. And then we will work on Valentine's Day, I guess. I don't really ever do anything for Valentine's Day, but Halloween currently has $60. Thanksgiving has $100. And that's what we currently have in holidays. And man, Halloween is creeping up, you guys. Okay, medical is getting $20. 10, 17, cash plus 20, so it should be at 507. At least for a little bit. Again, I owe money from this envelope. I need to do my reconciliation. I'll probably, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, honestly. Probably tomorrow. So we have in this envelope 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 470, 490, 500, 55, 56, and 507. The eventual goal, I think, for this envelope is $1,000. Now, I also have a health savings account. I just try not to use it because health savings accounts are triple tax advantage. So I do have my money in that account being invested, hopefully just to earn me more money. I try to cash flow everything medical. Now, that being said, of course, if I have an emergency or can't afford my bill, of course, I'm going to take the money that I have. Let's see. what is next? Sorry guys, you seriously don't want to see the mess that is the stack next to me. So we will get to this, but this is my other sinking funds binder. At the moment, it's really more of a savings binder. Clothing and hair are both in here, but we're not saving anything for them this week. This savings envelope is actually for Hippie Bingo. Not Hippie Bingo. We just did Hippie Bingo. This is Danny over at Craftco Budgets membership bingo. We are now doing Nightmare Before Christmas. So 10/17. I owe $21 for this week. So we will have a total of $31 in here. Oh, hold on. I only owe 21 this time. I already had 10. Get it together, Erin. Okay, so yes, we have $31 in here this week. I don't know exactly what this money is going to go towards. I was hoping to put it towards my trip that I'm planning for next October, but it might have to go towards Christmas of next year, or I don't know. We'll decide once we're done, I guess. And then this one is for my CD ladder. I know a lot of people are getting away from the CD ladders right now. I just started mine in March, and I only put $100 in there every month. It's what my budget can currently handle. I think it's a really good idea. I'm only 29, so if I can keep it going, like that could be really good for me. My goal is to end up with about $1,500 in each CD. That releases to me every single month, and then maybe cap it out there, but it's going to take a hot minute for me to build there. So right now we have $75 in for November CD. That is it for that binder. Now, oops, we have that, and we have this. You guys, I am a hot mess. I am so sorry. I know this is all cluttered. I will do better. I cannot promise I will do better. I will attempt to do better. This is my Road Trip to Savings challenge book. From Janelle over at Janelle Ray Budgets. You can buy just the book, you can buy just the envelopes, or you can buy combo. We are working on Road Trippin' at the moment, which is just the first one. There's only 2 left. I like to do about $10 in here every week, into this book, I should say, every week. So we're going to do $10 exactly. That worked out very, very well. I low-key want to finish it because there's only 1 left. We're going to do a hypothetical roll. Hypothetically, if I rolled... No, we're not finishing it. I want to, but I'm not going to. So we're only putting 10 in this week. So this challenge has saved me... Ooh, hold please. It has saved me 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115, and 116... just by rolling a D12. And then I do have some money in Fill Your Tank, but we're not going to count it. It is my catch-all, meaning that if I roll, like this week, when I rolled a 7, I probably came over here and put like the $3 in to make it a full 10. Okay, that is it for this one. We just put $10 in a week, unless we have a really good paycheck. Ooh! Hold, please. Okay, I don't know. I wasn't looking at the camera when that happened, but my light just fell. So hopefully that wasn't a super big distraction. Like I was saying, we only put $10 into a road trip a week. That is going specifically for my car emergency fund versus my car sinking fund. Up next, we have... Well, first let's see how much money we have left. We have 2030, which I'm going to set to the side because that is for a specific challenge. But left to work with, what is this 10 for? Was this 10 for road trip and I didn't put it in? Okay, I'm going to set it to the side for right now. I will catch it in editing. We're not going to spend it. We're just, if it's not for anything, if I just dropped it, I will put it into next week's cash stuffing. So leftover to spend in savings challenges, we have 10, 25, 35, 37, 39, 41, 43, 44, sorry, 45, 47, 49, 51, 2, 3, and 4. So we have $54 left for various savings challenges. Let me spread this out a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to start with is, okay, up next we have my savings challenge binder. And you guys, I am missing my Christmas savings challenge book. I have no idea where it is. Not a clue. Which is just really bonkers because I have, don't get me wrong, like I have a lot of challenges and they're in random spots, but also like I don't have that many freaking challenges and they should all be more or less right next to me. So I don't know, but we are going to start the backside of this savings challenge. In the meantime, since I can't find my book, we are actually just saving for Christmas next year anyway. So we will start with this one and we will just roll a D6. Hold please while I grab one. Okay, a D6. So here's my little D6 and I'm just going to roll it on top of this. Okay, we're just putting $3 in here now. Normally I would put more in there, but this is again just for Christmas next year. So I'm not like super worried about funding it. I think there's like, I don't know, like $42 or something in it if I can find my freaking binder. This challenge is really just to remind me to do the binder. We're going to skip all of these and go back to Life of a Pig. This is the book that this $30 is going into. I put $30 in here every single week. I am not going to post my budget with me. I did film one and I was editing it and it's super jerky and very hard to read. So we're not going to post it this week, but maybe next week. But if you ever see my category extra rent, that is what this is. And I will explain extra rent at another time. But we are working on this Life of a Pig Who's Living Her Best Life from Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307. And we are just working our way through this book. So we have finished a lot of these. Looks like we have to finish that one still. And that one is done. But this one is still in the works. Okay. So this one we're going to keep as a catch-all because there's only $2 left on there. Let's put 30 on the calculator. Let me get rid of this so it's just a little less cluttered. Okay. We're going to leave this to the side. Let's start with this. So our first roll is going to just be to determine if we're doing even or odd, or I'm sorry, X or O. Even will be X's, odds will be O's. And so it's an odd, so it's going to be O's that we're starting with. And we do 3. So whatever 3 numbers we roll, those are all going to be O's. And then we'll switch over to X's. So we need a 5 for an O. And we put in $5. I'm going to put that over here. Hopefully you guys can read that. I think so. 1. And last roll for an O is a 2. So now we don't automatically switch to X's. What we do is we roll again. So evens are X's, odds are O's, and we got an even. So we are switching to X's. And our first X row is a 4, and then a 3, and can we get a 6? No. So we don't have any 1s left on this board, so we're just going to pop down here to that one, and we have $16 left, so we're going to call it good there. We are going to move on to our next one. So, excuse me, I'm sorry guys, I just need my scratch off tool. Okay, sorry, I just needed a drink. So we have $16 left, so let's scratch off 1 on here. So 3. And we will leave it at 3 for right now. I would like to come back and finish it if possible. Let's do one on this one. Oof, $9. So we have, ooh, hang on, that's wrong. Shoot. Your girl, she messed up. Okay, so we had $30 minus 9 minus 3 minus, I think we only had the 5 here. So 5, 8, 12, oops, hold on. 30 minus 9 minus 3, and then this 5 was already done. So we had 5, 8, 12, 15, 16. So we should have, Erin, 30 minus 5, 8, 12, 15, 16 minus 3 minus 9. Yes, we should have $2 left. I don't know why that was so hard. And you know what? $2 left is perfect. That means we can finish off this one. Because those are $1 each, so 2. I can use a calculator, you guys. I just apparently can't. So this one is now done, and let me mark that this was finished. 10:18. This is 10:18 as I am filming it. But if you saw me do my trackers and you're like, but Erin, you wrote 10:17 on everything, you are correct. And that's because 10:17 is the paycheck I'm working on. Okay. Nope, I messed up. Where did I? There we go. Okay, so that is that one. Now, in this envelope, we should have quite a bit of money. We have 100, 200, 250, 300, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now, if you're wondering, like, Erin, 420 is in multiple of 3 because you've been putting $30 in. You are correct. Erin went over on a couple, and Erin doesn't do IOUs. So, 33. Okay, now let's go through the rest of these. I'm still gonna skip World of Savings. Yeah, I'm gonna do these ones first because I owe for these ones. I know what I owe for these ones. So we're just gonna put it in. So I believe I owe just 7. I think I put this one up. So 5 and 7. And so this one should now have 9, so 31, 35, 42. So we have 20, 35, 42. Perfect. So this one is now good. And the reason I owed for this one is because Danny does her group play on Tuesdays. This is from Danny over at Craftco Budgets. This is for everyone, not just her members. So she does that on Tuesdays. That's why I knew what I owed. And then same thing with this one. Danny plays it every Tuesday. And I'm doing a matching thing. She's not matching me, but I am matching her if she saves more than I did. So she only saved, I believe, 4, and I saved 5 this time. So in here, I have no idea what this is going to bring in. This one now has 5, 10, 12, $13. I also have one more challenge in here from Danny, and I'm gonna pull all the money out with it. So this is something I got, I believe, with an order, and it's just save a little extra. So I'm just doing a roll and save, and I'm gonna try, oh, there's a 10. There are 2 10s. Okay, we're gonna try and do the whole row, unless they're just obscenely high numbers. So we're gonna start off with a 2, 6, so that's 8, that's 10, and that's, geez Louise. Okay, $16 going into this one, 10, 15, and 16. So this little challenge right here, just by rolling a D6, has 20, 30, 45, $46, and there's 2 rows left. Oh, this was, it looks like a membership freebie. Like came with her membership freebie. I actually think that this may have been the challenge that came with it. It doesn't matter. Okay, now let's hop back to World of Savings since I have a little more idea what I'm working with. Just set this to the side. World of Savings is this book over from Bria. Bria Explores Budgeting. I am going through this, and this has been used to save the bulk of Bentley's funds. All of the scratch offs in this book, I believe, bring in like $1,400. So we are working on, it looks like we just finished the UK and we started Germany. So this is not the order they came in. I rearranged them in an order that worked for me with the amounts of money I had at the time. So we're just going to work on Germany, and I don't know how much we're going to scratch. We're going to start with 1 and go from there. So we have 7. I do want to re-sticker this book and do it again, hopefully for travel next time. But for right now, I really had to focus on Bentley's upcoming vet visit, and I knew she was going to need a dental cleaning. So that was going to be pretty pricey. I think all told, her expenses were going to be like right around $1,000, and that's with the estimates they gave me. That's including her preventative visit as well as her dental cleaning, and if they had to do any dental extractions, that was included in that estimate too. So what do we have left? We have $16 left. Let's do one more. I'm gonna regret that. Okay, we have 6. So we're putting $13 total dollars in here. Actually, I think that works out okay. I am one of those people who has to scratch off the full thing. People like Marlene who only scratch off part of it, I don't even know how you do it. I'm actually gonna put back 4 and take this 10. So we're putting $13 into here. So this page, I do empty this every time I clear a page. So this page has now saved me $10, $25, $27, $28, and $29. Okay, and the last thing in here is Build a Savings, and this is also from Bria over at Bria Explores Budgeting, and it's getting the remainder. This is my catch-all in this book, so it's getting 8, 10. It is getting a total of $10 today. So this challenge now has 1,000, or sorry, 1,000. I wish it had 1,000. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 630, 650, 670, 680, 690, 700, 75, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So $625 or $725, whatever I just said, that's actually correct and not, I forget while I'm counting what I'm counting. I don't know if anybody else does that. That's how I roll though. So let me get my tracker for that. Okay. So this is my Happy Planner book with a million bits of pieces and budgets. And okay, so this is the low income budget version. I'm not working that one. I am doing this one, which is the high income version. And this is not available in Bria's Etsy shop. This was a giveaway for a specific video she was doing a long time ago. So we had $10, and I try to work on these bigger numbers at a time. And I believe 10 is the highest we have left on this page. So that actually works out perfectly. This, once it's complete, is all going towards my emergency fund, which if you saw my other video, my Harry Potter binder is also going towards my emergency fund. So I'm working on it in a couple different ways. Let's see, how many tens do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have $60 left in tens, and then everything is 10 or less, which is super exciting. I think once we clear out the tens, this is just going to like be knocked out so fast. I'm so excited. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like the video. Please subscribe. I know I'm a newer channel and there's a lot of channels to choose from. I just hope that you enjoy my journey and the chaos that is my journey. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.